Y'all know we still here, man, late night. We up all night. Told y'all, man, we up all night. That's what I do. I used to watch my videos on the road. Then I said, fuck it, let's start reacting to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here putting 45 minutes in on a YouTube video. Y'all might as well be with me. You feel me? I'm sharing the love. But now we just soaking up on this law enforcement shit, you know, shooting, killings, all that other stuff, you know what I mean? I ain't with the funny stuff right now. We're gonna get to the funny stuff. Y'all want the funny stuff, bro? It's coming, don't worry. Just work with me. But until then, man, we got a cop here. What is it? Officer in duty shootout involved in second road rage incident months earlier. I don't know. It's 7 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all here with me. Y'all rocking out with me? If not, y'all can leave now. But if you fucking with me, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Oh yeah, don't forget to let me know how you feel down below. We in here though, let's go.
Sir, and to be putting not only my life, but his and other people's lives in danger.
Bro, what you talking about?
For him to be an officer and to be putting not only my life, but his and other people's lives in danger, weaving out of traffic like that and causing a scene, I was terrified.
He got super charged up though, like he was ready for this to happen.
Probably was.
They are two men with something in common. Both were involved in road rage incidents involving guns with the same off-duty San Antonio police officer less than a year apart.
One now has a criminal record, the other paralyzed in declining health after being shot by that officer 8 times. As SAPD officer Desi Rios prepares to return to full duty from his own shooting injuries, a months-long investigation from Dylan Collier and our defenders raises questions about Rios' role in both incidents and whether some think he's mentally fit to interact with the public.
A warning, much of what you're about to see is graphic. It's tonight's Defenders investigation.
Life in a wheelchair is now the everyday reality for 26-year-old DeMonte Walker. A shattered T12 vertebra, the most visible but far from only injury caused by bullets fired last May by intoxicated off-duty San Antonio police officer Desi Rios. Tonight, for the first time,
intoxicated off duty. See, man, these be them cops that take their job too serious. And now my man, who the fuck how much money you get at, man? I can just imagine how difficult it would be for me to get in my building every day with a fucking wheelchair. That's fucked up. Intoxicated off duty, but how much y'all want to bet he still got his badge? Cause he felt like he was doing his job. You're off duty, bruh. You clock the fuck out, mean you don't do no police shit.
Walker gives his side.
Okay, what's going on?
Somebody got shot outside
Of a highway traffic altercation turned shootout
Stay down.
in the parking lot of All Stars Gentlemen's Club.
I've never seen me as the bad guy.
Walker was in his Dodge Challenger on Interstate 10 around 9:30 p.m.
My man had a Challenger. He was living a life. Bro, he had a Challenger. Bro, he was doing something right. He had a Challenger, man. And that joint looked like it's black on black or blue on black, man. He doing something right, bro.
Headed to All Stars to drop off his wife's cousin, Destiny Rhodes, so she could work. When Officer Rios, leaving a police cadet dinner at a nearby restaurant, cut him off in his Toyota Camry, then exited. As Walker turned into his destination, Rios ahead of him did as well.
And I guess when I put my signal on that I was turning in there, since he thought I was following him, I think he thought I was signaling him to pull over with me.
SAPD declined to make Rios available for an interview for this story, but his account of what happened that night is laid out in these documents prepared by SAPD for prosecutors.
He shot me. Where? Okay, we can squeeze my hand. Okay, we got
And on this body-worn camera belonging to a fellow officer. Rios' story has changed over time.
Bring somebody down.
Walker's has not.
There was never any doubt in my mind that this young man was telling the truth.
Charles Adams is Walker's defense attorney and a former Houston area police officer. He's remained on the case months after his client was cleared of criminal wrongdoing.
I get that as a chief of police, you feel a duty to cover for and protect your officers. They knew at that time that DeMonte was in the parking lot of his destination. They knew at that time that Officer Rios was not going to that nightclub, that he was just there for the altercation.
When questioned at SAPD headquarters a month after being shot 6 times, Rios said he pulled into the parking lot because he needed to call his wife. A much different narrative than what he told the officer who rode with him to the hospital.
So were you at that place or what?
No.
You were just driving by and he...
No, I was driving by and he kept on he was like flashing his lights. We pulled over real quick.
Yeah.
He was like, you almost killed me. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? You.
Yeah.
And he pulled out a gun and I was like...
Another point of contention, Rios' location when he was shot. He told investigators he went to the front of the vehicles to put a car between him and Walker for...
If you ever been on the road before, I'm gonna give you an incident real quick. It's only gonna take a minute. Christmas. It was a few days before Christmas. I was at the mall. It was the longest line just to get to the mall ever. But, you know, I went around the right side just to go left because, you know, the right side was moving. Everybody was going around this lane because the left lane was taking too long. Make a long story short, I had just got up there and I cut one car off. The whole time we've been in this wait, you never heard not one horn. But this one guy, oh, I cut you off, bro, it's one car. Bro, I'm literally one car in front of you from where you're going. And you sitting here bumping your horn, causing confrontation, getting upset, yelling out your window at me, and you don't know me. I slung my door open. What if I was ready to get out? But then I didn't get out because of the fact that I was worrying about my life. I was worrying about getting shot from a motherfucker that I don't know because you don't know motherfuckers. And this officer off duty, he just admitted to following this guy because he looked at me like he had a problem. That's confrontation. Oh, dude, you gonna tell me shut the fuck up, so I'm gonna follow you in this gas station. Tell me shut the fuck up to my face. That's what this officer did. He probably was mad at my man car. Oh, you riding around in a car, Charger, you think you're nice because you got a car better than mine and I work for the law? My man probably was in a Hyundai. I own the Sonata. I know they're not worth much. I'm just keeping it a bean with y'all. Yo, I gotta see what happened. How did he get shot? I wanna know how the officer got shot because we still ain't get to that point yet. We just know he got shot.
For safety, backed up even more, then after being shot, crawled to his car for his weapon. If that was the case, then why was SAPD personnel standing in the middle of the supposed shooting scene? Photos show
it says something about
his weapon.
He said
safety, backed up even more.
Pulled over real quick.
Yeah.
He was like, you almost killed me. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? You.
Yeah.
And he...
What the fuck are you talking about? Fuck you. You follow him just to say that?
Pulled out a gun and I was like...
Another point of contention, Rios' location when he was shot. He told investigators he went to the front of the vehicles to put a car between him and Walker for safety. Backed up even more, then after being shot, crawled to his car for his weapon. If that was the case, then why was SAPD personnel standing in the middle of the supposed shooting scene? Photos show a vast majority of the blood evidence was instead outside Rios' driver's side door. Walker contends that Rios was armed during the entire verbal confrontation, and after being shot,
San Antonio 911, this is Crystal. Do you need police?
Returned fire while Walker was on the phone with 911, striking him and Rhodes as they sat inside Walker's vehicle.
San Antonio 911, hello.
It's like the Wild West, you know, and it was horrific. It was gross. It was evil. And then even more so that a police officer is involved with it. It's like, I mean, if I was a police officer, I would just avoid it.
The police officer's narrative doesn't make sense. When I talked to the Walker family, their story did make sense.
I had like IV stuck in my arm.
Walker says he's had too many surgeries to remember the exact count, losing 100 pounds since the shooting, and said he cried for days after seeing himself in a wheelchair for the first time.
Once I seen myself, I was gone. It's just weird.
Nah,
it's
bro.
just weird.
That life gone, man. Move!
He 9 months earlier, in August 2017, Officer Rios was involved in another off-duty road rage incident, this one close to downtown. The other driver, Nathan Pizzina, then just 20 years old, says he was in the outside lane of 281 South when Rios, this time in a rented Ford Expedition, nearly swerved into him, repeatedly.
Like trying to almost hit the front bumper of my car. I could tell he was, in a way, like mocking me or laughing about it. Kind of like a very smug sort of demeanor to him.
Hey, Mikey. Hey,
what the get out of here. While a police report says Pizzina admitted to Pizzina, then just 20 years old, says he was in the outside lane of 281 South when Rios, this time in a rented Ford Expedition, nearly swerved into him, repeatedly.
Like trying to almost hit the front bumper of my car. I could tell he was, in a way, like mocking me or laughing about it. Kind of like a very smug sort of demeanor to him.
Hey, Mikey. Hey, what the get out of here.
While a police report says Pizzina admitted to pointing a gun at Rios, he disputed that account, both at the scene.
I had the gun, but I didn't. Like physically bringing it up, pointing it? No.
And when we interviewed him.
He claims that at one point you grabbed the gun and pointed it towards him. Did that happen?
No.
While Pizzina was booked for deadly conduct and unlawful carry of a weapon, charges that remain on his record.
Especially on the officer. Wow, look, they just be abusing the law, bro.
Rios was allowed to sit in the front seat of an SAPD squad car and had the benefit of a fellow officer muting his microphone while Rios spoke to his fellow policemen. Rios later told investigators he tried to grab his service weapon, but realized it was in the back area of his rented vehicle. Pizzina and Adams say the 2017 case was an omen of things to come.
They should have known he had the capacity for this type of rage.
Oh, forget me, but he put somebody in a wheelchair because of his temper. And you want to put someone like that back out on the force? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's
what I tell you, man. Act victim, buddy, muted mic cam right here. Look at the smirk. This is somebody that's just living in their skin, man. He can't be stopped. He probably done murdered people already and got cops to hide the body for him. Like, yo. These the ones we gotta watch out for. I keep telling y'all, man, it's the ones like this.
It's like putting a bull in a crowded center full of people, and then what do you expect to happen? Eventually, he's gonna gore somebody, and he did.
Lucky he didn't get smoked, man. He's lucky he didn't. That's what I said, yeah.
For the defenders, Dylan Collier, KSAT 12 News.
Earlier this month, the district attorney's office confirmed it closed its investigations of Walker and Rios without charging either man for the shooting.
SAPD declined to make Officer Rios or Chief William McManus available for interviews for this story. Chief McManus did provide the following written statement. Quote, in the August 2017 incident, Officer Rios was the victim of a deadly conduct after the defendant pointed a gun at him. That case was investigated and forwarded to the district attorney's office.
It continues. The suspect was later convicted of that offense. Officer Rios is currently on light duty in an administrative capacity as he is still recovering after being shot 6 times. Once he is fully recovered, he will be assigned to full duty on patrol. End quote.
Right now on KSAT.com, you can hear every 911 call from the All-Star Shootout mapped to show where those calls came from.
It don't stop. It don't stop, man. Look at that. It just showed you 2 scenes of this man and nobody's stopping him. Shit getting serious, y'all. I keep telling y'all, man, we gotta stay woke, man. Pay attention to the decisions you make in front of these guys, man, because you can easily have your life taken away, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but you know I got another one coming. I ain't stopping right here. I'm just breaking them up, man. I'm trying not to do no more long ones so I can keep y'all with me. But if y'all watch this point, make sure y'all go check out another reaction. I'm up all night with it. I ain't stopping. We in the building. Let's go. We out.